My son, look at your hands. They are soft. They have never known the sting of a winter's chill or the burns of a machine. You see this mansion? The marble floors, the crystal chandeliers. To you, they are home. To me, they are the trophies of a war you never saw me fight. You asked me today how we became the owners of this empire. You think it was luck. You think it was a business miracle. But today, I will tell you the truth. Before I was the chairman of this board, I was a ghost, a man without a face, a man the world called ugly and worthless. I was a servant, my son, and this is how a servant became a king. 40 years ago, I stood at the gates of this city. My pockets were empty, and my stomach was a hollow pit. My face, well, it wasn't made for the cinema screens. People looked at me and looked away. I was invisible. I remember standing outside a grand villa, smelling the food from the kitchen, wondering if God had forgotten my name. Then I met him, Mr. Suleiman. He was a man of steel and silence. He didn't care about my face. He cared about my hands. He hired me as a stable hand, then a gardener, then a personal driver. I worked while others slept. I cleaned the oil from his driveway with my own shirt. I didn't want his money. I wanted his respect. I became his shadow. I knew his secrets, his pains, and his enemies. And I remained silent. Because silence, my son, is the most expensive thing a poor man can offer. The world thinks money is earned in offices, but empires are earned in the dark. One night, the enemies of my master came for him. They didn't come with lawyers. They came with fire. The warehouse was burning. Millions of dollars in contracts, the future of his company. Everything was turning to ash. The firemen were afraid. The master was in despair. He sat on the ground, watching his life's work vanish. I didn't think. I didn't pray. I just ran. I ran into the heart of that furnace. The heat peeled the skin from my arms. I couldn't breathe. But I found that iron safe. I dragged it through the flames, my lungs screaming for air. When I collapsed outside his feet, clutching those documents, I wasn't a servant anymore. I was his blood. He looked at my burnt face and said, "Carlos, from this day, you are not behind me. You are beside me." He had no sons. He had no daughters. He had only me. He taught me the language of the elite. He showed me how to turn a penny into a pound. I studied like a man possessed. I built this company brick by brick, not with greed, but with the same loyalty I had as a gardener. I turned his small office into the skyscraper empire. But the world never changed. Even when I wore a suit worth $5,000, they still looked at my face and saw a servant. They whispered behind my back. But I didn't care, because the gold in my bank was nothing compared to the gold in my character. I learned that a man's worth is not in how he looks, but in what he leaves behind for his children. So, my son, when you sit in that office tomorrow, don't look down on the man who cleans your floor. Don't ignore the driver who waits for you in the rain, because within one of them, there might be a heart like your father's, a heart that can build a kingdom. I gave my youth to the roads and my skin to the fire so that you could walk with your head high. This is the silence of being forgotten. This is the sacrifice of a father. Never forget where you came from, for a tree that forgets its roots will soon wither in the sun.